Hello and welcome to this presentation. I have recorded once, it took 8 minutes. I'm recording it again and hopefully to achieve the 5-minute mark as I promised. So this presentation is exemplifying a situation in which I have to create a project from scratch. The situation happened for Seneca College, but there are so many other examples. That particular one is about the work I have done at Seneca College. Very quickly, the development director wanted to use open source technology, so he will not pay for licenses for Java and Microsoft and so on. So we have decided to use Angular, at the time Angular 7 on the client side. I have rewriting recently to migrate all of it to Angular 14. At the same time, Node.js and REST API going into SQL Server. Another requirement to use single sign-on into Azure, so I had to configure custom policies in Azure B2C and do authentication, with accounts from the organization and from elsewhere, Facebook and so on. So this is to start. Very quickly, let's see how the application looks like. So I have some screens, wondering where they are, probably in here. So let's try to quickly how those screens look like. I'm just need to see for you to have the feel of it. So they are using Angular material. After some time, at the very beginning it was Bootstrap CSS, but in time I have changed this to use Angular material. So this is it. I'm gonna go a little bit quickly to make sure that we are doing the time. So let's try to minimize this. The other thing I wanted you to see is how the design was looking like after for a month. I have rewritten an existing application, the client and the server, and try to make it simpler, and after that come up with a design which I will use for the new application. So from the very beginning, the structure of the application, creating modules, creating different shared libraries, not packages, and so on and so forth, going to TypeScript, to some example of using a repository pattern into this architecture, and so on and so forth. Example of why I don't want to use NGRX. I was working with students and I was trying as well to make the students' life a little bit simpler and easier, and using dependency injection and so on. So let's go out of this and see another one. I wanted you to see the one where I was actually describing the implementation for the single sign-on. So this one, you are able to see some diagram, authorization flow, JW token rolls into the token, and so on and so forth. So this is the custom policies, how we are calling to retrieve roles via an API which is secured by a certificate, how the local storage look like, how it is shared, the cookie probably between those applications, and so on. So this is another part which was interesting to do. And let me see what else I prepared for you. Yes, I have an article, 3 minutes 25, which I wanted to see. So it's designing application Angular and JS. So basically a lot of information from the moment I started the project, how my thinking evolved, and how this got implemented at the end. Very good for the students to follow and to understand all those details. And a few things I already talked about, for example, how I was implementing caching using RxJX, and how this application actually loaded not in 10 seconds but in 1 second, and so on and so forth. So this is a very good tutorial going a lot in depth for things which are happening involving Angular and Node.js. So managing the application and the time, I was creating a Gantt chart and have weekly task breakdown, as well as a time frame I was discussing with the development director to make sure that every 3 months we are delivering what we are supposed to be delivering. This is the Gantt chart. You can see it's a free tool, but if you want to do a good project management, you are able to do it. Yeah, this is an example of deliveries, what I was implementing in, and the time, 4 minutes 44, a little bit quick. And let me see if I have anything else to show it to you. So we discussed about all of those. You saw how the application looked like. Yeah, one more thing. I wanted you to know that if you go to my articles and if you go to the articles, for example, and keep going down, you go a little bit faster. It will stop for a second. You're going to see those three dots and more applications loaded, still happening, as you see. But if you wait long enough, you're going to be able to go at the bottom and you will see all those articles which are related with the work I've done at Seneca. We are 30 seconds over 5 minutes. I think it's good enough. So those are the one: Gantt chart, B2C single sign-on, B2C NMS, custom policy, Azure function change, as well as this article I was telling you about, that particular one, debugging application with Angular and Node.js. So Azure API management is included as well. I haven't discussed about how I have set up everything in Azure, but it's enough for you to understand how this work looks like, what was the work I was doing in here and the impact. I hope you like it and you find it interesting. If you want more details, anytime you can contact me and I can explain my experience more into detail. So have a good day. Thank you very much for your time, for listening to this. Probably a little bit more than I originally anticipated, 1 minute or so. I apologize for that if this is an issue. Have a good day.